Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be doing another episode of Watch This Wednesday. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a minute, so for people who do not know, its series is very relatively basic. I pick a movie that I've never seen before that sometimes has some relevancy to right now. Today's movie, we're gonna be watching the movie Twister. The reason this is relevant for people who do not know, the movie Twister is coming out soon. I believe it's kind of like a sequel, but also just like a reboot of the franchise. I don't really know how much it's gonna connect. I would be honestly shocked if it does connect. But that being said, I'm going to watch this movie. I'm very excited about it. I don't know a lot about it. I've heard people say that this movie has an incredible soundtrack and that that's pretty much all I know about it, actually, if I'm being totally honest. So I'm going to go pop this in. I have it on DVD. If you guys also want to watch along with it at home, I believe it is currently streaming on HBO Max. So that being said, I'm going to go pop this in and I will meet you guys with my initial reaction and review.
Watch, oh, it's Watch This Wednesday.
I'll add it to the list.
Alrighty, that movie was really good. I will admit the soundtrack, I honestly could not pay attention to a lot of the songs that were going on. I like the fact that a lot of the music in this movie was diegetic music, but at the same time, I'm gonna have to listen to the soundtrack another time because there were a lot of the songs where, like, it was just in the scene that I didn't even, like, stop to pay attention to, oh my god, is this soundtrack great? Because one of the things I'm looking forward to most for the Twisters movie that's coming out soon is the soundtrack is going to be incredible. It has so many talented music artists on it. But this one is pretty solid. Overall, I want to say I do think that the visuals and some of the like disaster scenes were significantly better than I was expecting this to be. I don't know why I thought back in the 1990s they couldn't do certain things, but they were able to do a lot of really interesting stuff. A lot of the Twisters looked great. Some of the scenes with the people being sucked in looked phenomenal. A lot of the stuff with like the cars falling into like holes in houses and everything like that. It was a very, very intense movie. And I will admit, a lot of that practicality, a lot of the effects and everything that they were able to do in this is really, really impressive to me. I haven't watched any of the, like, super old Mad Max movies, but, like, I just imagine that, like, back in the day, they were not able to, like, film stuff in cars very well, but there's a lot of sequences in here where they're, like, quickly driving out to where the storm is, and there's just, like, showing the big old convoy of cars that are driving to this location, and, like, there are some really great cinematic shots. There were some, like, really cool overhead, like, drone shots and stuff like that, and, like, back then, I don't think drones existed, so, like, did they actually have, like, helicopters out here filming this movie? I have no idea. But the visuals and everything were great. Overall, I think that the story was fantastic. I really, really liked the love story in this movie. I thought that it was really interesting. I feel so bad for the person's fiance, the guy who, the girl who was going to be getting married to the guy, and like throughout the entire movie she just keeps getting neglected. Like, I feel so bad for her because you could tell she's like fascinated by the stuff that, you know, her lover is doing or whatever, and she's like really excited that he's back in his element, and like seeing him this way is like really cool. And you can tell that like they've had a very simple and basic relationship, and she's finally seeing the more like daring side of him. And by the end of the movie he ends up getting back with his ex, and I'm like, that actually like broke my heart a little bit whenever she left after the like drive-in movie sequence or whatever where like everything gets destroyed. I wanted to cry. I was like, holy shit. Like, I know that the love story here between like the two people who actually fall in love, like, it's a great love story, and I think that it was a really good job of showcasing kind of like right person, wrong time, and now they're reconnecting and they are the right person at the right time this time. That's cool, right? Really good love story. I think that the chemistry and everything between them is fantastic. The actors both do a really, really good job in this, and overall every single character in this movie is really likable, which is something that I feel like you can't say about a lot of movies nowadays. I feel like a lot of times you do like weird love triangles, stuff like this, there's always going to be one or two characters in it that kind of feel like they're either unnecessary or like they're just like overly like the bad guy for no fucking reason. But overall, I liked this movie. I thought it was very simple. The soundtrack was good. I really liked the score. Something that I really miss, actually, I will admit, the score feels so like nostalgic, and I really, really love that because it's reminding me of like all of the like action movies that happened during like Disney's Renaissance, like movies like Treasure Planet and movies like crap, why am I blanking on it right now? The Lost City of Atlantis or whatever, those adventure movies where there's just like there's a lot of music that has a lot of like trumpets, and there's like a lot of like the whirlwind instruments or whatever, and it's just like such a nice, happy, positive vibe and energy to it. I really enjoyed that, and overall I just had a really good time with this movie. Something else that I like about watching old movies is there's a lot of actors who are in this who I've seen in like other projects and stuff nowadays, and seeing them back when they were younger and like realizing, oh wow, yeah, these older actors have been acting for a really long time, always blows my mind, especially seeing like the guy from the Princess Bride movie. He's in here, he's kind of a bad guy, he's kind of a douche, and like seeing him in this role, where the only other movie I knew that he did around the same time was The Princess Bride, I was like, wow, there's like a lot of that like duality, I guess. I definitely used that word incorrectly, I'm sorry. But yeah, overall, had a good time with this movie. Very simple, very straightforward plot. And overall, I just really, really enjoyed the kind of like misfit gang of people in this movie. But I think that's gonna be pretty much it for this review. Very quick and simple and to the point. Very much enjoyed this movie. Definitely would recommend seeing it. Like I said, it's gonna be on HBO Max, or I think it's just called Max now. And I think it's going to be up there for at least the next couple of months, because I know they added it at the beginning of this month, so like 2 days ago. But yeah, that being said, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys so much for watching. And if you liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. And I'll hopefully see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bow,
Back at it again, but that's a relevant flow. So smooth, they calling me Mr. Elegant. Like an elephant, I got a long nose. Like a president, I've got a few hoes. Swift with a stutter, I'm smooth like butter. Don't see it coming when I slip undercover. Like a big dog, but I don't bite. I'm still a big broad, I'd win that fight. Come match you and I knock out your lights.